Hi guys, so today we are looking at the posterior chain, so everything on your back, encouraging some movement there, some mobility, and then a little bit of strength and accessory work, either to do as a warm up or just to keep yourselves feeling a bit better whilst working at home. Right? Correct all that slouching posture, straighten yourselves out, and it's just good for life in general, long-term fitness and health. So to begin with, we'll start with some spine flossing. You're going to lie on your back, roll your hips slightly up towards the sky, and you start off either your arms across your chest or out to the side, whichever you prefer. And from there, we're just going to let our knees rotate 90 degrees to the side and turn our head the opposite way. Alright, lift back, go the opposite. If you've chosen to put your arms across your chest first, as your knees go one way, your arm and head go the opposite. So knees going to the left, arm and head out to the right, back to the middle, and the opposite side. If you drop your legs too low, you're probably not going to feel much, right? So as much as possible, you need to try and let them rotate to 90 degrees. Nice pop, come back, opposite side, and rotate back. Try and get your breathing in sync with your movement. So on the way out, a nice steady exhale. On the way down, breathe in on the way up as you prepare to change sides. Nice long slow exhale on the way down. Second one, we're going to try and encourage a bit more movement. So if you want, you have a little rock on your back to begin with. Get used to that rolling. And then we're going to start out in a straddle. Reach out in front, pop your hands back. I'm going to have room here. Roll, tap behind you, come back to a straddle, reach out in front. Alright? So, from there, I'm going to roll, I'll have to tuck for now, but if you can, reach your legs out behind, out in front, lean. Each time you go, you want to reach that bit further out in front, and try and stretch your legs that bit further back behind you. Alright? Now for the strength work. What we're going to start with is bird dogs, or Superman sometimes called. I think most of you would have done these at some point in the gym as a warm up, down dauntless. What we want to do is squeeze the bum, lock the hips in, lock the core nice and tight, and have a little active press through the shoulder blade, right? So just ever so slightly pressing down to the floor to generate a little bit of tension. We're going to lift opposite arm, opposite leg, again run out of room, and reach out as far, as high as you can. Work on keeping that shape. What we don't want to do is at the back bend and just continuously extend. Try and lift, maintain that shape, and come back down. Alright? So I have a little bit of a bend, but what we don't want to do is just over exaggerate and drive up high as you can. Right? We'll try and actually work on building the strength, building stability. To make it a little bit more difficult, we can add a band in. So just wrap it around your hand and your opposite foot. Right, so it gets a little bit more tricky. So from there, I'm going to come up, start nice and close, drive opposite arm, opposite leg out, and come back. So squeeze my bum and keep that shape locked in nice and tight, and back. And that's just going to help build. Doesn't add too much intensity, but it might just give you that bit more activation in the cue from your mind and muscle connection to start being aware of what should be going on whilst you're doing the exercise. From there, next progression is from a high plank position. So this one we need to be a bit more careful when we shift our weight. So we need to make sure our hands set, and opposite hand, opposite foot, we've got that stability. So if you want, come up on your fingertips first, get your leg up, not too worried about how high, and then lift your hand. Alright, hold 5 seconds or so, and then back down. Alright, same on the other side, get yourself set, shift your weight first, make sure you're nice and set, try and not let your hips just drop and rotate. Be really honest about where your hips are and your shoulders, keep them square, come up nice and gradual, lock in, this side's not as good, that's it, 5 seconds, and out. So if one side is weaker like that, don't don't worry about quitting straight away. Try and make those little corrections. That's where you're going to get the improvement. So try again. So get yourself set. Lock in nice and tight. Come up nice and slow. Lift, hold. And then back down. And change sides. So again, you can do this one for time, but I would probably say go for reps. Work on the quality and getting that shape nice and tight. Again, don't lose the tension in your back, and don't let those hips rotate or the shoulder collapse. You're trying to keep everything nice and active, nice and strong, maintaining that shape to build the strength. So, last one. We are this way. Going to work on our lower back, building a little bit of strength. So again, from this position, you've got all the same alternate lifts that we did before. But what I'm going to work on is a little isometric. So you put your hands down, make a little triangle for your head, squeeze your bum and lock your legs out straight. From there, if your bum nice and tight, that 50-pound note between the arse cheeks, we're just going to work on lifting up as high as you can and holding. Alright? Keep driving your toes into the floor first one and drive your knees together. Now we want about a 10-second hold in that position. I'm not bothered if you don't get all the way up high. You can probably get higher than I can. But it's that active hold we're after. Right? So about 5 reps for at least 5 to 10 seconds. So locking the stomach in nice and tight. A little roll of the hips. Lock the knees out. And then just lift as high as you can. Keep that stomach in tight. Hold. And then relax. It gets much worse than you realise pretty quick, right? If you have got an imbalance there, you're going to feel it like you feel one side more than the other, so you know when you need to start isolating a bit more. Have a go. I hope you enjoy. Any questions, please let me know. Alright? Take care, guys.